You know, talking about story,
yeah?
Nameless.
Yeah?
Talking
Yeah.
about flowing with a story. Tell us your
Yeah.
story, Nameless. Jina la ukweli
Yeah.
jamani na Nameless ilitokelezea wapi for our fans who are probably seeing you for the very first time?
Okay. Nameless hiyo story ya Nameless ni refu na sifika tuko na hiyo time. Tuko na time kweli. Yeah, so Nameless ilianza kitambo like well many years ago. Acha nisiseme the number of years. But ilikuwa through a competition, a radio competition. Nilifanya just when I was starting my career and I was trying to hide my identity.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a weird story. I was trying to hide it in case boss wangu asikie natumia simu ya ofisi. So when they asked me, when I won the competition, they asked me like, what's your name? Na sikuwa nimefikiria about a name, nikasema Nameless.
Oh my God.
Okay,
oh my God.
And I'm like, and then I won the competition, and then I started my career because of that, and yeah, and I was called Nameless from there. So that's how Nameless ilianza.
Oh, that's interesting. That's so nice. And speaking of careers, and of course our industry is changing so much. We've seen Genge rule at some point, and now it's Gengeton. Like, how have you managed to remain relevant up until this day today?
Yeah. For me, I think the way it is that everyone has their unique identity and is to try to find that. And even if there'll be different waves that will come, zina kwanga lazima zikuje. That's the story about pop music. But always find that uniqueness in you. You know, there'll always be hype coming and going, but I myself natafutanga hiyo uniqueness kwangu, and I try to do music that I really love. And somehow I connect with my audience, you know. So I think you're one of the ways. I'm also a bit strategic. Saa zingine nasoma sana market, naona okay, saa hizi ni time ya kutulia, saa hii ni time ya kukaa maybe. So alafu obviously God's grace, man. So God will get to grace and I'm there too. Yeah, and I get my idea.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So Nameless, you and
there you are.
Okay. So Nameless, we cannot ignore the fact that you and Wahu are like our ultimate couple goals. Being in the scene for so many years. I think the first glamorous wedding I ever saw on TV was in Africa. It was different, you know. All these years later, two little beautiful girls. And, you know, and both of you thriving in your careers, not conflicting. The Wahu sound is still there. Your sound is still there. Would you say you work on her project sometimes and does she work on yours? These are just two separate worlds that everybody just continues with.
No. For sure, we help each other. She's like my biggest fan. I'm a biggest fan. So with every job that I work on, you know, she gives me her input, vice versa as well. Let me be honest with you, in any relationship, we argue a lot, by the way. We are stubborn. We are both last born, so it's madness in that house. But we find a way. Oh, there's another one here. There's another last born here. Yeah, she's hearing me, by the way. She can't hear you, but she can hear me talking. So, so we do debate a lot. Let me say debate, not argue, but it sometimes becomes heated. But all in all, the spirit is that we know we want the best for each other, you know. So we'll contribute to each other's careers, and debate about stuff. And even till now, you know, we are discussing her career path, discussing my career path. We debate a lot about them. Are we happy? What should we learn? What we do? So that's how we've always operated. So it's never like a competition. That's one thing that we just know, that it's just different opinions of doing something. So I'll be like, no, I think you should do this. We debate about it kidogo. You should see us on video shoots. We argue. What?
You know,
we know how to handle it.
Awesome. You know, you're talking about, you know, arguing, and I know you guys like on a personal like level, and you're one person I used to fear very much when I was growing up, because I listened to a lot of your music that like it got me to get into music. But knowing you guys, like you're very humble. let me talk about you because today it's about you. You're one humble person. Would you say being humble, as much as you are a superstar, has also been part of, you know, the growth and the you being relevant to this point in your music career? Because we've seen people who are very arrogant. And you know,
I think that there are differences. You know, there's the brand, someone's brand. So there's some people who may appear arrogant, but they're actually not arrogant because it's a brand that is supposed to look like that. You know. For me, in fact, there are times people even say when they see me on stage, they think I'm this aggressive and but when you meet me in person, they're like, oh, okay, you're not the same, you know, because Nameless is that brand out there, you know. But one-on-one, I'm yani sprung in Georgia. I always want to learn, you know, even from the young guys coming up. When I meet, I'm in that moment of meeting. I want to learn. I want to talk about it, and then I also see myself like I think like it's like a service. So I never like feel like minimum normal. I just feel like ni gift nimepatiwa and iko na purpose. I guess that's what keeps me grounded, right?
Wow.
So somehow it has helped me like keep learning because ukifika place when mjuaji na unajua kila kitu, then there's no one who can add any contribution to you, right? So me, hiyo ndio I think has really helped me to keep learning. Even if I've been in the industry 20 years, I know I can learn from someone who's been in the industry 5 years, 3 years, because they'll always show me something new. You come
like, isn't Nameless dropping such gems, guys? Like, anyway, he's still in our studio, our virtual studio, but we gotta go on a break. We'll be right back.
All right, bless you.
Bless you too, Nameless.
Welcome back, guys. If you have any questions for Nameless, 22999 is our free SMS line, and we'll get to have him answer your questions in a bit. But, guys, he's still with us, and I'm super excited because he's not just a legend, he's a pioneer of this scene. Has mentored people like Akina Kush Tristan.
Yeah, and still does, by the way.
Still does. So, Nameless is still with us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You know, this Skype, pick it to your Skype, man. Sijui kama monea ama not. So, yeah, I can hear you.
Nameless, let me just ask this. Now, we've seen your daughters. I think we also saw Tumiso walking down the stairs.
Oh, you saw?
Yeah, you saw her.
Manze? Yeah,
so
she's doing
how
her
is it
homework,
like, you know? How is it like raising daughters, you being a musician and Wahu also being a musician? How is it? Yeah.
I mean, it's a balance. If you look at our music, like it's just a normal career, like any other career, right? It's just that it's public. Like me, I can't lie to you. Like the joy of bringing up girls, yani, is amazing. You know, like I keep saying, I learn from even my kids. You know, they teach me about myself. By the way, like my dear teenage daughter here, by the way, we have so many similarities. Just being, and there are times she'll say something or do something that will make me even learn something about myself, you know. And it's just nice to help them identify their gifts and passions, and then just give them the right foundation to now keep their journey. So right now, it's interesting to be bringing up a teenager. Wow. It comes very it's an interesting situation where the first, honestly speaking, straight up, the first like 10 years, like KO, you know, they listen a lot, they follow instructions, yes. And then she look at me like, what? And then they start becoming a bit, they start becoming a bit
rebellious.
What come? Nini? You come. Unazusha nini? Oh, yes. You can't hear, by the way. It's only here. You can only hear.
That's what's up.
Hey, so.
Hi.
Yeah, so is that saying true things about you that you've changed since you became a teenager?
He's lying.
Oh my.
So what is the truth?
Lie.
What is the truth?
Is That's what most people think happens. They think that they stop when they're teenagers, so they already have a bad attitude about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not true.
Uh-huh.
I'll just say that.
All right. Bring my. I don't know what you said there, but hiyo ndio shida sasa. Atasikia tukiongea vitu zetu, atakuja kujitetea. But yeah, so it's really a blessing to be
Who's
able
the
to-
musician?
Yeah.
Who's the musician? Because definitely
Well,
one of
she's really good in songwriting. I love. She comes and she sings some songs that are like, did you copy that? You came up with that, because she's really good, you know. So yeah, we just like them sharing what they feel and try and support it. Sometimes she wants to write. Sometimes she's doing boxing now. Her cousin is showing her boxing, and I'm like, is there anyone you want to deal with in the school and you're not telling us?
You're scared it's you.
Yeah, and then my nephew, who's her big cousin, was saying she's really good. You know, she's showing determination. So right now it's all about that's whatever their passions are, you guide them through it. Yeah.
Nice, Nameless. So Nameless, since you have a lot of time on your hands, and of course this quarantine thing has made you have created this room and this gift for time. Now, do you have any future projects that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, okay. Honestly speaking, I rarely talk so much before the projects are out or when I'm still working on them. But I'll be very honest with you, we are working on a very important project. And this quarantine time, like genuinely, is such a good time for us because we are really like reflecting a lot on life. And I remember the time we met the other day in that shoot and we were talking about so it's so much about looking at life and just learning yourself more and learning more about life. So this time, because a lot of time we're watching a lot, reading a lot, and it's just giving us new perspectives of life at this stage and we're preparing ourselves for after Corona. Because the truth is, this has slowed us down, but it's a good time to now reset your plan, reset your strategy, reset your mindset, and prepare that after Corona it'll be a bit of a struggle, but if you strengthen your mind during this time, and I think you'll be able to handle the aftermath of Corona.
Nice. Amazing. And just what will you tell the upcoming artists and the new artists, the new generation artists who are like trying to penetrate, because you've been there for so long, you're still relevant. So what would you advise them?
I mean, creativity and art is a pretty complex thing because you can be very talented, but yet you're not able to connect. So I keep saying that keep your ears out there to learn something new. You can be very talented, but there's still space to learn something new. You know, check the guys who are ahead of you. Check the things they did right and what they did wrong. You know, always find a way to connect with a mentor of sorts who can guide you through the process. You know. In terms of, I'll be honest with you, I keep saying, I went for a course in entrepreneurship recently, by the way, and I was so shocked of how much I didn't know. And also what I realized I was doing instinctively. So creatives are normally very passionate and emotional about their work, for real. But you also need to have the business mind to be able to turn that passion into income. Because if you don't, then your gift begins to be a frustration. You know, you're gifted, but you're not connecting the right way. So it's all about trying to find how to adjust your work to connect. So with every song you release, every idea you track, make sure you learn who connected and why did they connect and what do I need to adjust of my talent. So it's a process, I remember myself, I'll track some things again as work. So I keep checking. Work. I'm not the kind who's like, I ain't getting anywhere. Nah, I'm like, okay, that's feedback for me to keep working on my talent. So I like to tell young guys that, and I always say, talent, discipline, and strategy. Those three things have worked for me. You keep growing your talent. You keep thinking about strategy because it also has to be there. There are many other people in the industry, so you have to think strategically. And the discipline of keep working, keep pushing yourself and growing. So those three things I always tell upcoming artists to look at and keep evaluating themselves on it.
Amazing.
Manzi imekuwa lesson,
Nakwambia, hebu
manzi.
tuangushie nini handles hapo kidogo, Malima fans wataenda kukutafuta uko na kutafuta mziki.
For Shizi, yeah. On Instagram, that's where I'm most interact with my peeps. Is Nameless Kenya. Twitter mi ujaribu saa zingine kuandika kitu deep lakini manze.
Same WhatsApp group.
Yeah, Nameless Kenya on Twitter and Facebook is just Nameless. So yeah, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Nameless Kenya. Yeah, it's also Nameless Kenya on YouTube.
Oh my God! Thank you so
much.
much.
It's so good. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I keep checking you guys out. So good stuff, guys.
Thank you
hopefully next time I'll be there live.
Yay!
I'm pushing something new, man. But keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too, Kwaheri. All right, as we come to the end of the show, we haven't forgotten about our fans because our cinemas are closed. But don't worry, because IMAX has launched an offer, happy ticket to run till 30th of April. They want to give you a happy smile despite the COVID-19 pandemic. You can save up to 70% on happy ticket. Now, buy 2 or more tickets and stand a chance to win yourself some merchandise. Premier tickets to Black Widow, Wonder Woman, James Bond, and many more are redeemable at any Anga IMAX branch until the 31st of December, guys. 31st of December 2020. The tickets are going for 200 bob only till the 30th of April. And they say the show must go on. You're 200 bob. Just go ahead and get yourself the tickets till the end of the year.
Imagine,
isn't this a plan?
It's a plan.
It's a plan
For people who love movies like us.
Plan.
Yeah. But we gotta go, guys.
Yeah,
we gotta go. Yeah.
Peace out. Bye-bye.
That was a good show.
See you tomorrow. Very short and sweet.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
We'll play
We
games
love you.
tomorrow.
Oh, yes. I was like...